Some terrific visuals from the NHRA Full Throttle Drag Racing Series. It's the Tire Kingdom Gatornationals. We're in Gainesville, Florida. John Kernan, Dave Reef, Gary Gerald, Mike Dunn's next to me. I'm Paul Page, and this is it. This is Erica Enders and Kurt Busch. And Mike Dunn says it's going to be Kurt Busch. And I say it's going to be Erica.
Well, and if it is Kurt, it would be an upset, because the one thing about Kurt is he's only had a car in the other lane twice. Both times he messed up. One, he was timed out, and he said that was his fault. He was watching the other driver, the other car, because he was thinking like NASCAR, and he knows now that in drag racing you just focus on the tree and getting the car down the lane and don't worry about the car in the other lane. The other run, he actually brought the RPM up a little too quick after he went in stage first. You're supposed to wait in pro stock until the last car stages. Once that last stage light comes on, then both drivers will map the throttle. That means they go to full throttle. There's a chip that holds the RPM, and once they release the clutch, then it allows the RPM to come up, and away they go. And Kurt's hoping he gets off that line quickly.
Johnson family put that car together for him. That's why they're so interested on the line. And there's a big difference between knowing what to do and doing it. Had the whole shot on him and carries it all the way.
Nice.
I win. So does Erica. Erica Enders, 653, 211, but a respectable 654 for Kurt Busch. Nice to see him here, and moreover, nice to see him having a really good time, and he has been.
And I think he's done a great job. These cars are very hard to drive. Had an 0.49 reaction time, a respectable time. Erica was almost 300ths of a second quicker with that 0.21, and then ran slightly quicker. Watch Kurt is on board. He's been doing a great job with this all week. And when I talked to Alan Johnson, shift points been pretty good. Pretty much all weekend, or since he got in the car, basically. And then the reaction time wasn't too bad. But when you take a look at our Lucas Oil photo finish cam by about half a car length, Erica Enders advances to the second round.
And, you know, we got a giant crowd here. You think they didn't like that? Oh, it brought them to their feet. You can see it in two different expressions there, can't you? Kind of like Mike and I. Every pro stock driver in this field qualified with a career best ET. Alan Johnson seemed satisfied with what Kurt Busch did there. On the line, Jason Line, our first winner of the year, and Vincent Noville.
Vincent going for that Rookie of the Year honors, and for the third time this season, he's left first. Will it be enough to hold off Jason Line? No! Jason gets the win. A 652 beats Vincent 654. You look at the margin of victory, 11 thousandths at the stripe, about 3.5 feet. Good race.
Here's your defending Pro Stock Car champion, Greg Anderson, and Larry Morgan's 500th race weekend in Pro Stock.
Pretty much dead even off the start. You see Larry Morgan get a little bit of too much wheel speed there. Got her a little sideways off the starting line. That was just enough for Greg Anderson to get the win. 654 beats a 657.
Let's go to Gary Gerald. He caught up with Kurt Busch and Alan Johnson.
Well, a pair of guys that have brought a lot of attention to the Pro Stock class here at Gainesville, the Gatornationals, Kurt Busch, Alan Johnson, who's been somewhat of a mentor. How would you evaluate this weekend, Kurt?
Well, it was a little shady on Friday, but Saturday was a great day. We got ourselves a solid qualifying run in, got to enjoy the fourth pass as far as qualifying, and then to be here this morning on eliminations, you know, we achieved something special by getting in the show, and then here we are just to go down by thousandths of a second, a little bit on our run, a little bit on the tree. I think we made a respectable pass. This is a tough game. This is Pro Stock. This is drag racing. But I had the best group to help me. Alan Johnson, Roy building the power with this Mopar group. I just can't thank Shell and Dodge enough for the fun we had. Just wish we could have gone a little bit further into the rounds.
And Alan, I know great disappointment. Your car basically didn't move in that left lane early. But as a mentor, how's he been as a student?
He's been great. It's been, like he said, a very fun process, watching them evolve, watching them just take the challenge and grab it. And he didn't do this for show. He's serious about it. You know, that was what was really fun to watch for his crew. I mean, they're all loving this weekend. Drag racing, NHRA, they love it. Every one of them said, we just love this. And for Mopar and Dodge, you know, we didn't have the weekend we wanted, but hey, we're good.
As they say in the South, come back and see us here.
That's right. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
What's not to love? Well, on Friday, Mike Edwards became the first ever Pro Stock Car driver to run a sub 6.5 second run. Here he is against Bob Benza.
Now, Bob Benza got the advantage by 0.02 of a second. I don't think it's going to be enough. That horsepower from Mike Edwards drives around. Nice pass. 651 over 212 miles per hour. Beats the 655 of Bob Benza.
And this time we want to take a look at the Lucas Oil margin of victory. Look at that photo finish cam.
By just about a nose. 13,000ths of a second or 4.2 feet. Mike Edwards advances to the next round.
Number one qualifier, Roger Brogdon, looking to leave the race with a national record. Buddy Perkinson is 19 years old, looking for his first round win.
Another rookie contender, but hey, Roger gets the advantage off the starting line by over 0.02 of a second, and he's got that horsepower. And boy, he wins by a big margin, 654 at 211 miles per hour to advance him into the next round.
And here is Warren Johnson. Most race wins here at Gainesville, 9. And Shane Gray.
Oh, Shane Gray gets a big advantage off the starting line. Will Freshfield to reel him in? No. Shane Gray on a hole shot, 655, beats a quicker 654 by Warren Johnson. Now take a look at the starting line. 0.05 of a second advantage for Shane over Warren. You saw that difference. And then at the stripe, even though Warren ran slightly quicker in the other lane, the margin of victory, 41,000ths or just over 0.04 of a second for Shane Gray.
That's a great way to show that, Mike. Here is the Lucas Oil Pro Stock Ladder. There's a big matchup. Roger Brogdon and Greg Stanfield. Jason Line now faces Eric Anders.
And on the other side of the ladder, Mike Edwards going to go up against Ron Krishner. Mike will have lane choice, and then Greg Anderson's going to race Shane Gray. Greg will have the lane choice in that matchup.
And now John Kernan has Robert Height.
Robert Height's crew is busy getting this car ready for that second round matchup against Jack Beckman. And Robert, second race in a row, you beat the boss man. Has he said anything to you about it?
No, it's always fun. We kid around and everything, but we got to do a better job so we're not racing each other early on. But what John always tells me is, if you beat me, make it count. Go out there and keep winning and take this thing home for Ford and AAA, everybody. Don't beat me and go lose the next round.
Well, best of luck to you in that next round. Takes on Jack Beckman.
Another tough one. Thank you.
And let's go over and see how things are going in Jack Beckman's pit. He's packing the parachute, getting ready. The car is ready. He'll take on Robert.